Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It is 4 a.m. bright and early here in Connecticut on the East Coast. All right, so we still have no official declaration of Joe Biden winning. You know what, you guys, I'm getting so tired. I keep clicking over on Google, on The Guardian, and I keep seeing this. I've seen the same numbers for, 3 days now? 264 Biden, 214 Trump. And, I just sigh every time I see those numbers over and over and over. I was glad to see Joe Biden. It was such relief to hear Joe Biden talk like an adult, to actually hear a leader talk with full sentences again. Joe Biden asking that we all come together. Thank God. I got to make an admission to you guys, and I'm a little embarrassed about this. When I watched Bo's video yesterday, he talked about brunch is still canceled, and this is embarrassing being having this channel and everything, but I did not know what that meant. I'm always brutally honest on here, and I had to look it up. It's a quote from AOC about the struggle isn't over just because Joe Biden has won. That there's something, we need deep systemic change. I guess that sums it up. And the war is over by no means. The struggle is over by no means. It's just a small reprieve from a nation that sees no problem with authoritarianism. I've seen a couple different, I've gone to a couple different pages, channels here and there where psychologists, psychiatrists explain Trump supporter personality, people who are prone to authoritarianism. And it makes sense. It's nothing insulting. It's a matter of fact kind of review of the general personality of people that go for Donald Trump. There was a time right at the beginning of this election, right, election day or shortly thereafter, where I truly thought Donald Trump was going to win. And it goes through my mind, how am I going to cope with this? My whole family, I've told you guys over and over again, I am surrounded by Trump supporters, and it's hard for me. It's not easy. I think that's one of the main reasons I made this channel, so that I could have somebody to talk to and relate to. Seriously. As you guys know, I live here by myself. I lived with a girlfriend for 3 years, and she was a hardcore Trump supporter, and her entire upper middle class family was Trump supporters, in which I did not fit in. But anyway, what I really want to talk about is something I've noticed more and more lately. Before I got into politics, in the last couple of years, on YouTube, after I became a YouTube viewer, a daily viewer, one of the first things I watched, I got into a few other channels, and I used to watch the flat earthers, not the flat earthers, but I had a couple of favorite channels. Conspiracy Cats. I'll leave the link down below. Dan the Science Man, Professor Bob. These are people that these are scientists and teachers that struggle with or are pretty much committed to enlightening the public. I think one of the things they struggle with most is when these flat Earth believers, and for those of you that don't know, there's a percentage of this country and the world that believe in the flat Earth, that the Earth is flat, that there's a dome over the Earth. I forgot what they call it, and space is fake. There's no space. That NASA is all a conspiracy theory, that it's NASA CGIs everything. And more, as I hear Trump supporters talk about everything that's come up in the last 4 days, has completely confirmed everything I feel I felt initially about Trump supporters. That it truly is a cult. Members of my family, older members of my family, I'm truly worried about especially in the last week or two, that just watch Fox News all the time and they believe every word. They are big fans of Hannity, and they believe every word that comes out of Trump's mouth. And the thing is, they don't look at it logically. They just believe everything. Okay, for instance, today, the first thing I do most mornings when I wake up at 2 or 3 is I'll do a Google search. I'll do a DuckDuckGo search or whatever it is, that search engine, a few different search engines. And I look for any evidence of voter fraud or voter tampering because I want to know. I'm not just going to assume that this is all Trump supporter, made up by Trump supporters. I want to know. So today again, I went out there and I looked. I did searches trying to find anything valid that would support their claims. Again, I keep coming up with this Sharpie Gate stuff that supposedly. I have a hard time even talking about this. That supposedly thicker Sharpies were handed out to Trump supporters, and those ballots were discarded. Just ridiculous nonsense. Another with a lawsuit where the White House and the Trump campaign may have broke federal laws using address change information for the wrong purposes from the United States Postal Service. That in Arizona, they got voter address change information, and it's only supposed to be used for specific purposes, and they broke federal laws using it this way. So everything I found is nonsense, or in some cases where the Trump administration themselves are actually breaking the law or attempting to commit fraud. I think it was in Wisconsin, where a Trump supporter or somebody in the Trump campaign encouraged Pennsylvania voters to mail in ballots, and breaking laws there. So over and over again, I see Trump supporters acting like brainwashed cult members. That's the only way I could put it. The scary thing is, for the next 40 years, I think we're going to have to deal with these people, kind of trying to find some way to coexist with them or to help deprogram them from this cult. I want to say this. Yesterday here in town, I took a later bike ride again, later in the afternoon, a 10-mile bike ride all around town. And I saw a lot of Trump supporters gathering on lawns and parking lots. The flags, the signs. I saw a lot of houses yesterday where the signs all come down after Election Day. Yesterday, I saw a lot of the signs go back up. One house here in town had that Red Kingdom song and America, the Trump campaign songs, the songs that the Trump campaign uses, blaring from loudspeakers in front of the house. I guess this is some kind of protest by Trump supporters. There was a time yesterday where I started to get a little nervous because I saw police presence more visible here in town, and I saw these gatherings of Trump supporters, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. And then there was a lot of sirens yesterday afternoon too, and I checked the news and reports, and I didn't see anything specific. So I guess it was just my imagination. I don't know. One thing though, I definitely heard gunshots outside my house down the street. I live in a fairly rural area, so it's not that odd, but it was about 12 rounds, just pop, 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 and this was definitely not fireworks. And this was something unusual. So it was interesting. And this is a small town, so I don't know if these are kind of protests happening across America or not. But there's a lot of work to be done for the next for the coming for the near future. A lot of work trying to pull Trump supporters back into reality. It's the only way I can put it. All right, you guys have a good Saturday. I'm going to be back later. I want to talk about coronavirus because while we're all paying so much attention to the election, these numbers are insane what's going on here. We hit, for the last 3 days in a row, we've hit new records. Yesterday was 138,000 new cases. We went from 101,000, a record, I believe it was Thursday, to 121, a new record Friday. Or no, I'm sorry, I had that backwards, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, 101,000. Thursday, 121,000, and yesterday, 138,000 new cases. This is just insane, and because of our attention being at to the election, there's not a lot of talk about this, and there's dwindling hospital beds, like I talked about in another video, mobile morgues. So this is, like I've said before, Joe Biden is going to have his work cut out for him in the next 4 years. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Saturday.